I'm going to talk to you about our different finishes. We have 3 of them. Keep in mind, when I'm talking about finishes, I'm not talking about stains. I'm talking about actual finishes. So our products are oak, and then if they are stained, there's a stain on top, and then there's a finish on top of that. That's typically how it goes. We have 3 different finishes. We have an oil finish, which is just a natural oil that we apply at the factory, and then when you install the floor, you have to apply the final coat of oil right after installation. Oil is wonderful. It's super organic underfoot. It feels totally natural. I have oil in my house. I love it. It does take more care and maintenance because if you don't oil the floor, it could stain just like an old piece of furniture. So you need to upkeep it and re-oil high traffic areas every 6 to 9 months is my recommendation. If you don't oil the floor, it's not going to hurt it. It just may stain a little bit easily. You can typically get those stains out, but if you keep on oiling your floor regularly, once a year at least, it's going to look amazing for years to come. What I like about oil too is that it just ages wonderfully. So if you think about an old leather bag that you have that looks really amazing after 5 or 10 or 15 years, that's exactly what oil is going to do. You can keep on applying the oil. It scratches the same color of the wood. Since you're not scratching really a finish, you're scratching the wood, so it hides things really well. Super common in Europe, not as common in the US, but getting more common because people are really falling in love with it. Love oil finishes. To mimic an oil finish but have basically a no maintenance floor, we have what we call our acrylic, ultra matte acrylic urethane. And so this is Greta. It looks and feels oiled. It feels rough, which is meant to be that way. Look and feel like oil without any of the maintenance that you would get with oil. So the acrylic finish is super stain resistant. You don't have to do anything with it other than just regular cleaning like you typically would with any wood floor. You can use our cleaner and the dry mop that we give you. But yeah, a common question we get about this is that does it need to be oiled or does it need to be finished because it feels rough, and that's actually not the case. Super unique product, been around for a while, but was invented to have the look and feel of oil without the maintenance. And the sheen on it is, it's super, super matte, which is why we call it ultra matte. The final finish is our normal matte urethane. This is Fika. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. This finish, just like our ultra matte, does not contain any solvents. They took solvents out of the finishes way back in the 80s before green was ever a buzzword in Scandinavia, which is really nice about Scandinavian products. But yeah, super stain resistant finish. It will scratch and dent just like all wood floors. We tend to be very weary of floors that talk about the fact that they're not going to scratch or they're not going to change color or anything. Typically when that happens, they're dumping a bunch of harsh chemicals to create that finish, and those finishes are incredibly difficult to refinish, meaning you likely can't sand your floor. Most flooring professionals aren't going to want to do it with a non-scratch finish. But this is Fika, again, our most popular floor with Greta. They're essentially the same tone, but they look a little bit different due to the differences in the finishes.